This is arguably the most important setting that you'll need to learn when doing photography. ISO will be the determining setting of how bright or dark your image is if you need to adjust it at all. This can also break your image if you push it too far. ISO is the artificial light that we put into our sensors of the camera to help darken the image or brighten the image if our settings that we have locked off are already set. So let's say if you're shooting indoors and you are shooting at a shutter speed of 1/60, which is great for handheld, and you don't want to up your aperture any more than 2.8, which if photo is so dark, you can go to your ISO and adjust the ISO setting up a couple hundred to make the image a little bit more brighter so that you're not overcompensating for your other settings that you just want to just lock off. The danger is that once you go over about 400, this is where your image can start to break with noise. So keeping your ISO range between 1 to 400 is pretty safe. It's not the end of the world, as we do have denoise in Lightroom, but it's still an important factor to know that your image will slowly become more noisy the higher the ISO is. Now, there's some situations where you may have to just go 10,000 ISO because the situation at night calls for it. That's okay. I mean, I do it a lot myself, but it's just important to know just that fact alone. Or if you are worried about noise in your photo and maybe you don't have Lightroom or denoise at your disposal. So this is how you should be treating ISO. You need to adjust your shutter speed and your aperture first, and then determine if ISO needs to be adjusted at all. So what you should do is, again, same series, take 3 photos. I want you to take one at a pretty high ISO, whatever your highest ISO may be. I want you to take one ISO at 100 and then take an ISO at 800 or 1000. And I want you to put the photos side by side, and I want you to see where noise starts to come in. Particularly focus on the shadows. The shadows is where they will start coming in first, and then they'll come into the lights. And lastly, make sure you tune in for the next tip as we are done with the exposure triangle.